I remember growing up, there was a cliche in movies and shows where if a character would die, like clockwork, they would always say, but don't worry, they're not really gone. They still live on in your heart forever. And it's about how the character's memory and their legacy is able to transcend death. And they're alive to a certain extent because you remember them. It's metaphorical. But in reality, in the modern day and age, this idea can actually be literal. Thanks to technology! Did that scare you? Did that jump scare you? Does technology frighten you? Well, this one might. Thanks to our advances in one field in particular, AI, there are some fucking worms, some parasitic zombies out there that when someone passes away, they then get dollar signs in their eyes like Mr. Krabs because they can still get some usefulness out of them. They can parade that corpse around thanks to AI, where they can kind of like revive it with some of this like fucking forbidden necromancy so they can continue to squeeze doubloons out of their image. It's like Kabuto from Naruto, where he like revives ancient ninjas to use for his own gain. Except in this way, there is no semblance of humanity left in the corpses. It is literally just these husks, these like fucking skinwalkers that just only care about money, that will use AI to bring someone back so they can continue to make money off of them even after they've died. And unfortunately, there is no one that has been exploited more, both while they were alive in their elder years and now, especially since they've passed away, than Stan Lee. And unfortunately, Stan Lee has been like this golden goose that they continue to parade around. He passed away many years ago, and since then he has been fucking minted on the blockchain as an NFT. His Twitter account was still actively being used to peddle some dog shit. He's been used in multiple like crypto projects. It goes on and on, out the wazoo. And now Los Angeles Comic Con has announced that there is going to be an AI Stan Lee attending, where guests can pay money to get a picture with AI Stan Lee, as well as have a conversation with him. So fork over some clams and you get to interact with AI Stan Lee. Excelsior! It's exactly what he would want, I'm sure. The people that own his image now get to just continue to put him on the puppet strings and have him dance for them, where they can put whatever words in his mouth that they want. And of course he has no say-so in it because he is no longer here. He shed the mortal coil quite a long time ago, and yet since then, somehow, there are still people that are using him to make money for themselves. It's just greed. I think it is so sick and twisted. And the company that owns his likeness is trying to prop this up as like a positive thing. So the studio that owns the rights to his likeness is Cartoon Studios, and the company that developed the hologram is called Proto Hologram, and they have big plans for rapid commercial expansion of its Stan Lee IP. This was a human being, by the way, that they're now talking about like it's the fucking E3 showcase and how they're going to be like unveiling a new console here. We got big plans for Stan Lee now that he's dead, and we can do whatever we want with his likeness. Yeah, get excited. It's big moves coming from our Stan Lee IP. How is that anything but ghoulish? Oh my god. Such as collectible cards and a refresh of his wax statue. Collectible cards. They're making a Stan Lee trading card game. Oh my fucking goodness. And of course, the hologram AI is part of the same push. So comic book fans can enter a special 1,500 square foot booth to interact with AI Stan Lee, who appears in the rectangular box. The AI avatar may even make a surprise appearance in other parts of the convention, such as a panel. So even when he's dead, he's still being put to work. What great news, Cartoon Studios. Wow, what saints over there. And if being trapped as an AI construct after your death for an eager audience feels a bit like something that would happen in a Marvel comic book, the folks behind the Lee avatar have already worked out a defense of the project. We'll never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with things he spoke about in his lifetime. This is according to Bob Saboni, who is the head of the Stan Lee division at Cartoon Studios. They have their own division at Cartoon Studios dedicated to figuring out ways to still use Stan Lee's image to make money off of him. Of course, with no say-so from Stan Lee, he is dead. So by the very definition, you are putting words in his mouth because he is not saying those words. He never said those words. He is not with us any longer. This is the worst goddamn defense of it you could possibly muster. No matter how you spin it, these are not his words. You can try and base it off things he said in the past, whatever, doesn't change the fact that they are still not his words and his thoughts. It's fucking crazy. They are all designed to just make money off of him. Fortunately, with decades of footage capturing his thoughts on so many subjects, we can build a voice that stays true. Not always word for word, but always faithful in spirit, context, and intent. Bull fucking loney. That is Barnack Hall. That is horseradish. The intent is just for you to make money off of Stan Lee. It's so sick, man. Holy shit. Now, there is some cases where AI, after an actor passes away, like, I can actually understand. James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones is the iconic voice of Darth Vader, and before he passed, he wanted, like, it was his desire to have his voice immortalized forever as Darth Vader. So, as I understand it, he did sign, like, the rights to his voice in AI form for Darth Vader. That is what he wanted because he always wanted to be remembered as Darth Vader. I think that's somewhat wholesome. That one I can understand. This is so far removed from that, you can't even make a good faith argument to compare the two. I tried to dig in to see if Stan Lee had ever, like, agreed to be, like, digitized post-mortem, like, Weekend at Bernie's through CGI or anything, because he passed away in 2018, which predates, like, the AI resurrection jutsu that we now have access to. So there's no way he could have ever agreed to that in the same way that James Earl Jones did or anything. So I was trying to see if there was anything that even, like, resembled an agreement like that. And the only thing I can find is that the people that manage Stan Lee's likeness, like his managers of the Stan Lee IP, agreed to using his likeness in media for the next, like, 20 years or something. So, like, signing over the rights to Stan Lee's likeness. But I don't know if Stan Lee was a part of that conversation. And even if he was, you have to wonder under what circumstances, because it's important to remember in the later years of Stan Lee's life, there were tons of allegations of elder abuse and manipulation with tons and tons of footage of alleged mistreatment from a lot of greedy assholes constantly looking to fucking pull money out from Stan Lee's ass every step of the way by any means necessary, come hell or high water. So I don't know for sure if he ever, like, explicitly agreed to it, and if he did he even know what he was agreeing to? Because, again, a lot of things were kept hidden from him that Stan Lee had supposedly agreed to. Others had kind of misled him, allegedly. And now that he has passed, that is still seemingly the case here, where he is just not able to rest. They have a whole division dedicated to finding ways of exploiting Stan Lee's image, apparently, at Cartoon Studios. That's... what the fuck? Like, what? How, in any way, shape, or form, could anyone possibly view this in anything other than just greedy, dystopian garbage? Just let him rest, man. I think this shit super sucks. Someone can die, and a company can just come through, buy the rights to their likeness, and then just make an AI model that can spout whatever fucking garbage it wants it to. It's so fucking shameless to me. Also, looking into it a bit more, the rights to his likeness are actually a very contentious subject. It seems like it was a messy battle about Stan Lee's image after passing. So there's a lot of meat and potatoes there, but ultimately I guess it ended up in the hands of Cartoon Studios, who now has a whole section carved out to finding ways to milk Stan Lee's image even further, making a collectible trading card game, the AI attendance at Comic Cons. I imagine there will be another big Web3 crypto push for Stan Lee's image here, would be my guess, as part of their Stan Lee IP expansion protocol that they're excited about. I hate it. That's really about it. See ya.